I just let the DOGs out, so I gotta put these things away. Cause I got cool pictures of Venus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
In the night sky.
The night sky.
Guess it's about to be a morning star again. I don't know. Topsy-turvy, Ma.
That's what it is.
The whole world is topsy-turvy.
It is. You still got your smile. It's a good smile.
You know, you've had a pretty big life for doing a lot of sitting around.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Are you having a good birthday, Ma?
Yeah, it's a good birthday.
How does 74 feel?
I didn't realize I was that old.
How old do you feel? If feeling was a number, what number would that be?
That would be
What?
two.
Do you feel 2 years old?
No,
Okay, how old do you feel?
I feel in the middle.
You feel in the middle of 74 and 2?
Yeah.
So that's what? That's 70, that's 35?
Yeah. That
You
gets me
feel
back-
35? So I'm 50.
Yeah.
So how does that make me feel?
Your hair. It's your hair.
No, you better get out of there. I don't know why you're getting into these behaviors. She chewed on something and I just had to pick up the dear departed pieces and throw it away because I couldn't even bear to look at what it was. I didn't want to hold the disappointment knowing what it was. So I just said, okay, it's just garbage. Whatever it is, it's just garbage. I thank you to not, Stanley. I thank you to not. He's trying to eat your birthday flowers.
Oh.
Look at these.
God, those are cute. Oh,
Look at
those are
these.
great.
Mom's birthday flowers.
Stanley. Whoa.
Some people get nothing for living.
For living?
Huh.
Nothing for living.
Look what you got just for living. Just for
Marge.
breathing another year.
Whoa.
Put your face in that. Stanley's trying to.
Oh,
You haven't
no.
paid it any attention
Oh, no.
since
oh.
it got here yesterday, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Woo, what's that? Let me
Oh, my.
chew on some stuff."
That is really pretty.
And you got stuff that hasn't even opened. These haven't. These are gonna
Really? Whoa.
buds,
Yeah,
buds,
I have to
buds,
say, that
flowers.
is really
And it was when I was leaving yesterday, and the woman was dropping them off. She pulled up at the top of the hill, and I waved her in. And she came down, and I said, this is funny. This is the third place. We lived here 4 years. She said she worked for 3 years ago, and then she had to take time off to take care of her mom, and then her mom passed, so she's gone back to work.
Oh,
And so I said, isn't that interesting? I said, because the people that own this property, like the man took care of his mom lived here her whole, whole life.
His mom?
And he
Wow.
took care of her, so she got to be comfortable,
Oh.
And I just said people are drawn together because they're the same frequency, and we all have the frequency of nurturing and taking care of things that you love, all the way to the end, even when it gets hard and stinky,
No kidding.
even in the butt wiping years.
Yeah.
You gotta do, I don't know, just seems like how balance works out, but
Look what
today's
happened.
Mom's birthday. Yeah,
Pretty
that's.
that
You
is.
want to wear the bow? Should I take this bow off and put it on your little head? No, that's it's.
The colors. It's the colors.
I
that
could
make it-
braid it.
Oh, wow.
You look like Nellie Olson.
I don't.
Nellie Olson.
I'm not.
Nellie Olson. She was a character on a show called Little House on the Prairie, which
Look at the
it was
color.
like Laura Schultz. We used to ride the same bus.
Oh.
And she'd go home and we both go home and watch it and then talk about
We can
it.
talk about it. That is a pretty cloud.
Come on, Luna, you coming over? Come on,
The breeze.
come on,
You can do it, girl.
Come
You
on.
can do it.
come on, pretty. Let's go.
You can do it.
Good girl.
Yeah.
She's dumb and scary.
I have to say.
So Mom had good breakfast today, and then she had a piece of salmon. I grilled salmon. I just do not have a whole lot of wind in my sail.
tired.
to do, and I've been up since like 2:30.
Whoa.
I just am so, and it's just, oh man, energy is just
It's
messing with me.
it's
You
the
want
light.
up there? Can I help you,
It's-
little love nuts?
It's the
The
lights.
fan's on. Look, the fan's on.
It's the lights. No lights, no lights. No lights. No.
Hold that. Hold up. What is that? Is that? Luna, come here. Luna, come here. What is that?
Maybe she's just resting for a minute. That sure is a pretty plant. Whoa. Happy holidays. So I officially, I dropped, the last person from old life has kind of dropped away. I got a text message this morning, Mr. Risky. But I don't, yeah, because I get to a point that I do experiments, because people are like puzzles to me. And I'm just trying to figure out how I could still fit in their world. And ultimately, Moving on.
I get pieced out.
We get pieced out.
Like, they fill their lives with too many other pieces, and they don't got no time for Marge and Mom and our nonsense. Our crazy lunacy. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a family line. It's a family curse. Like, Mom was adopted. She got thrown away by her family because, baby is, it's like, she had broke feet. She had discrepancies, and so and she was the youngest of like 12 or however an obnoxious amount. Because that's what people do. They just procreate. They don't think about the consequences of their actions or lack thereof, and so she ends up in an orphanage that perpetuates that whole state of institution. The employee, pay us to say we care and blah blah blah, and they don't. And then they just they're puddles of perverts that populate themselves in these institutions because they prey on the weak and all this stuff. I mean, and I found out about this stuff just from doctors listening to what grown-ups tell me on how things are. And then I create a storyline, a reality of, and then I share it and people are like, she's crazy. I'm like, dude, I'm just sharing other people's experience. Like, this is the experience my mom had. And when I was born, they cut her uterus and who knows, they cut her uterus in half without her permission. They sterilized her and it's just how this is just how men have always been men. As long, and then not to even mention what today, go up the hill. Go up the hill.
You can do it.
Go up the stairs.
Yes, you
Go
can.
get Luna. Go get her. Go get her. Go on. Men just menning. Just man being in charge, and these are the things that they come up with, and then not to mention that so many people are not doing like Thanksgiving because they're not grateful because they just do whatever they want. They're so full of indulgence every day of the year that it ain't no different. Turkey different it don't land the same when it's like it's what they do once a month because of how they treat themselves from doing not much of anything. Because if they really,
they rest.
if they actually did stuff, the world would be better off.
Yeah.
But everything's in a disarray all over the place. Things are in a disarray, Ma. Things are in a disarray. So Ma had a good day.
Yes.
She got flowers yesterday, and we've been smelling those.
What color?
All the colors.
All the colors. Wow.
It's cold, and a lot of people are not participating in holidays. That's the collective. That's the data that I'm receiving. Is a lot of people are not participating. There's a lot of people that are estranged because they're like me. They just don't want to. I don't know. My thing is I'm tired. I'm surrounded by Virgos, and Virgos don't see Aries. So
you know, it's just it's exhausting. So, what I determine is that when I stop communication, that relationships cease.
Oh.
And there's people that I have tried to maintain relationships with throughout throughout the years. I don't care anymore.
Oh.
You know?
Move
I just
on.
moving on, Mom.
Yeah,
Moving on.
on.
Good boy, Ma. Here's Benny.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm gonna probably I didn't make Mom's cake. I got Mom's cake and frosting and stuff like that. I didn't, but I'll probably do that in the morning while she's waking up. And then,
Good boy.
well, she does have candy because I made sure I went to the candy store. So she has two different kinds. She has Rocky Road fudge and then like a maple fudge.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and then Divinity. So she is not without birthday sweet
What's
treat.
Divinity?
And then she has the pineapple ice cream I made. Divinity is this stuff, right?
Is it that type?
This stuff. It's like a walnut. It's different. I've had different Divinity. The girl, when I asked for it, she was so excited that I asked for it. I said, "Can I get 2 of those 2-packs?" She was so excited. She was like, "Yes!" She like did a little skip. Like she was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Why?" And she said, I said, "You like?" And she said, "I made it. I make it." She said, like that's her side work because you work in a camp, you know.
Yeah.
I guess people have the different. She's like, "Yeah, I make it."
Oh,
I was like, "Well, all right then."
she's half.
Here. Is that good?
That is good. The combination.
It's like confectioner's sugar and brown sugar and
A lot of it.
walnuts. Here. Benny, I think you'd not. Get back. Back. Mom and I eat enough for one person. The equivalency of a person I read some list where they said don't eat these brands because of their they'll kill ya.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yep. And got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I don't eat any of that shit. We don't eat any of that stuff, Mom. Because we just always had a simple diet.
Yes.
And then
They're right because it's.
I go with Greg from the time I was 9. So I got the propensity for steaks.
Oh,
And a good steak dinner.
that's healthy.
Because, that's what he would do for birthday. He would take me and then we would sit there in awkward silence, 2 Aries.
Oh.
It was such a weird dynamic because he was like the Aries machismo
Oh,
dude.
how was it?
And I'm the little girl. I don't know. You married the guy.
Oh, he-
And,
oh.
he was the guy with all the advantage. So he made my brother, who was the boy with all the advantage, because they're all the Freemasons and in the club. So like, it doesn't even matter what I did in life because there was some dude that always had any position that I ever wanted because of they were in some fucking fraternity club and they knew they had some sort of advantage, some sort of nepotism, and that bullshit never did me no favor, so I hate all of it. You know? And I'm one of those things like I'll conform. I will break my will to a higher purpose, and I did it when I enlisted in the military. And then when I was there, I mean, the whole time I was like, I can't wait until I'm done with this for fucking 6 years, this bullshit, because you all are bullshit. You're all bullshit. You're all supposed to be the fucking greatest maintenance fucking squadron in the world, and look at you all sitting around on your fucking asses. More than not. You know? It's a fraud. It's a fucking facade. It's, you know, and then only they kill people. In real life, people die. And then I'm just supposed to be like, la, 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 it's a great fucking country. And I'm like, no, I love the land. The people suck. It's always like that. Everywhere I go, I love the land. The people suck. I love the land. The people suck. And then people that lack the life experience that I have are trying to tell me and convince me on how life is. And I'm just like, when's your birthday? And then they tell me when their birthday is, and then I was like, oh, I explain them to themselves, and then they're like, whoa, what? No, wait, let me convince you I'm not the person that you say I am. I said, I don't care. No cookie for you, lame ass. Pisces men or women. Pisces men and Libra men are women. They're women. Like, I'm an Aries woman. I'm a masculine energy. By all intents purposes, I'm a man. I'm speaking frequentially, energetically. I'm not speaking genderly. Sex, whatever. People get so many wires crossed in their minds. First of all, they grow up on freaking with the screen in their face, so they don't even know who they are because they base who they are on little increments on characters that they see on the interwebs. But now, like, more people are going without power in here and there, so they gotta, you know, start figuring out who they actually are. You know, sifting through all the parts of disassociation. So, we didn't really, we just celebrated Mom's birthday, and there's so many people that are just like, they're sad because of, like, that's why I loathe holidays, because they make people sad. It's a fake fucking day on a fake calendar. It's an imposed day, you know, where Hallmark made all these people had good lives based on, you know, appeal to emotion and keeping up with the Joneses and telling people how they should be living, and if you don't live this way and have the white paper, you're not living life right, and yada yada. So there's a lot of people that have these misconceptions about how they should be living their life. I used to have these misconceptions, and then I fully was interjected into the 3D world. You know, I was thinking about like that today. All the concerts I've ever been to, like, it's the holidays, and like we get a good snowfall and it'd be cold as freaking shit in Omaha and just crappy, but still you trudged and go through to just participate in life. But I go see I remember seeing the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in like 2006, because we grew, I just imagined doing all these activities, and then I did all these activities, and then it was just, I saw a perpetual cycle of chasing, like, activity after, and it just got old to me, and so I started going within, and then things got really interesting. So, a girl named Loretta, Ma, you had a remarkable life. You overcame so much in your life. So many diversities. Like, I was thinking about that today. Like, how she got custody of us in San Luis Obispo County, where my grandpa was a Freemason, my grandma was a real estate agent, you know, quota club, freaking key to the city, like all the connections you could want, you know. I just was the mistake that their baby boy made. I was a constant reminder. Man, my whole life, people have been taking their shit out on me. My whole life. Mom used to say, don't pick it up. Whatever people put on you, do not pick it up. You don't have to pick it up. But Mom, they're being so mean. They're being hurtful on purpose. Don't pick it up. So basically, like, ignore shit. And I can't ignore shit, you know. So I learned to make a game out of it. Like, if they want to be a jerk to me, I'll out-jerk them in the same way that they're being a jerk to me.
That's neat.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
We grew up playing games. You could tell the spirit of a person when they play games. Like the cheat, I won't even play games with people that cheat. It's not even fun. I catch people cheating, game over. I won't play no more. Like, my world is so small because of the people that I'm not willing to participate with. And I keep thinking it's like, I can't make any friends. No, it's not even, it's like, I'm not even going to fucking lower my standards to be around people that can't keep up in life. At any age. I don't care. Well, I'm talking in terms of like adults. I think it's great though seeing all the people like on social media. I wish these people down in out of Gallup, I follow them on TikTok. They're like a family owned plumbing business. Like okay, you got your established because they help people that don't have money and stuff like that. Like, they're the ones that need to be teaching because they got the work ethic. He was the dad, the daughters, like, he drove them to run track and all that. I never had any kind of positive male figures in my life. I could see in a crowd who I recognized to be, the masculine, strong type, the guy that, would always talk about how he felt before he ever thought about putting his hand on a woman and freaking causing harm or. And I'd seen Mom go through too much. I mean, I'm her witness of all the things that, just because she was a tiny woman and she was pretty, and dudes take what they want, and even when women say no, and I've always grown up in circles where Mom hung out with other women, and then they talked and they shared their experience, and and I never got this real nice fuzzy picture of what a man is, and what they show on TV is just like what they glorify. That's just as nasty, like bikers and stuff like that. It's not cute what they do in real life, and people think it's cute, like the rock and roll lifestyle, and all these people have their little horns and stuff on their they're all just doing whatever they want, and there's consequences to living that lifestyle. And this holiday season, I'm seeing that people are dealing with they don't want to live that lifestyle anymore. They don't want to, they're doing things different. So, I've been thinking about this guy named Steve a lot lately.
Steve?
Yeah, I never met him before. He passed away 5 years ago on November 25th, and that's Mom's granddaughter, my niece. That's her birthday.
Oh, wow.
Like 5, but they're not same age. Or like Ellie just turned 9.
Oh,
And so I'm not allowed to be a part of their lives because my brother is a Virgo. Anyway, essentially, I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, everybody has free will, but people want to live in their shadow, and then and then they go into their shadow and what's comfortable all the time, and then. But it's just how it is. I just stopped calling, and then like I just decided I get so tired of being ignored and wanting to like get updates on the girls growing up. That's all, like a picture, and nothing. Like months, 6, 7, 8 months would go by, and they would occasionally put up like the new picture first day of school, like every night, because they aren't active on social media. My brother's not there at all, but it's weird though. You look up their names and it freaking comes up with their home address, and that's weird. Anyway, so we're not allowed, but we've never been a part of Jerry's life, right? But anyway, he's just another jerk. He's just another man that's just an asshole that you make him mad enough, he'll put his hands on you. and cause harm to us. He's the man. It's that whole. It comes with fucking. It's a whole frequency. It's a whole storyline of like dudes that like single, whatever the circumstance, but at some point they're hanging out with their dad or their grandpa or whatever the fuck, whoever the dude, their pappy sitting on their lap, and they're watching The Godfather. They're watching this gangster shit. This not like fucking somebody fucks you over. Fuck is I for this is just bullshit. It's just complete bullshit. Or they're sitting on their lap and they're watching like football. Whatever season it is, they're watching that stupid game. Where all these resources are just like focused here, just so people. You know what I think people? Why I think people like sports? It's because like in radio, and then like I wonder if I wonder what would happen, because I don't use intelligence artificial. Well, I wonder what would happen if they match like games to songs or like movie pitches or TV shows where like the laugh track was the same as the crowd cheering, or like the song the pitches and things, the fluctuations and tones of music would be adapted to like pitches of like crowds based on plays like a play up on a stage where they have lines and they practice their lines. That's what sports are. It's all just foreseen, foreshadowed, contrived nonsense, just because people had experiences when they were younger and it planted these seeds. I don't have positive. I have a lot of freaking sports related memories when I was younger. It was just me sucking it up. It was just more bullshit I had to just listen to, be a part of. So anyway, 5 years ago, a man passed away named Steve, and this song that by what's that kid's name? There's a song you and I listened to it earlier, Mom, and I sang it to you, and told you the lyrics that is about it. Oh my goodness, I need to. People are see. Oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see nothing. I need to stay off social media, because we're getting in the evening and people have been drinking all day and stuff, and I don't want to see what? I don't even want to see it. It's everywhere, and now people are trying to get engaged in stuff with shit, and it's just like, I don't like engaging with people, because I used to be a drunk, and I used to know how annoying it was, and like how my thought process worked, and then what I all of it, can't stand it. Nope. So we're not going to participate. So this song is just, this guy, I never met him before. The song is by Alec Benjamin. Benjamin. And when is it made? It was made in 2018. And Steve is just who I could have been under different circumstances.
That's true.
And he traveled and see, because he liked to drink.
Oh.
And he liked to drink so much that it killed him.
It killed him?
It kills a lot of people. If I'm not careful, it could kill me.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to drink today.
Oh.
I think that's why I felt his presence so much. See, because I feel him. And then I hear stories of what his dear, sweet, lovely wife went through to watch him at the end of his life. And what, and it's like, because it's so many, it's a frequency of a person, and it's not just Steve, because there's lots of girl Steves out there too. Because I'm a girl Steve that, like, once I start drinking, I don't care. And then I was reminded today, like usually what makes people that function, high function alcoholics like I was, what helps is what sustains them and like stretches their life out is that they do go to work. They do go to work and they do like, you know, they do all the things that they're programmed to do. And then later it's their time, right? And then what happens is ultimately they get to a point because of their alcohol related issues that come with drinking, like you just tried to wake up and you just couldn't, or you know, all the stuff that happens. I was so clumsy, you know, it's only a matter of time I'm putting my head through a wall or you know, and I know people that have like done way worse. Like I know like several girls that have dislocated their shoulders from falling downstairs.
That would hurt.
And having surgeries. Just like the places it takes people. It's just, and then the people just think that's what they want to do, you know. And so, you know, and this guy put his wife who loved him so much through hell, and then he died, and then she found me on YouTube.
Oh, really?
I told her today, I said, you know what? I said, that's just how energy works. Like you lost your husband, and then he said, you gotta keep her distracted for me from time to time.
Oh.
And then so she started watching my videos, and then I identified with things I had to say, and then she reached out and became an angel on the earth for us. And now we finally got to a place where my insides don't vibrate every day because we have to be someplace because we can't be at the place what we're at for much longer. And these are well, as an adult, you know, I got to handle these emotions and feelings, and they unfolded on this YouTube channel over the last number of years because these are a lot of these same experiences that I had, you know, growing up with housing insecurity and economic, just being afraid, you know, and like we went without when I grew up, and then I tried so hard, even with my neurotypical like I figured out how to go along with people's crazy systems enough to go into the military, fight in a war, and go into college to get a good job, to take care of my mom, only to become a stay-at-home daughter, to find out all these systems that I paid into and I bought into, they're not there to help people like me when you need them, and what that brought us and gave me a greater, more substantial reliance on God, good orderly direction, which has led us into a direction of just living a life of service, because we know what it's like to frickin' go without unless some like earth angel sees us, because most of the world doesn't. So I gotta go out on days I don't want to. I did not go out today. I did not go out today. It's Mom's birthday. So I had no reason to go out. And they have like, I mean, they're feeding, I mean, everywhere you go, there's a church, you know, it's the least they can do is feed 400, which is so weird because there's like, they're feeding like 200-300 people, but there's only 6,000 people in the whole town. It's just weird. Oh, wow. It's weird. It's an imbalance. There is a great imbalance coming across the earth. The shift is happening. I mean, it's been kind of rolling out, and I think it's been like kind of gingerly, but I'm waiting to see where the land masses are going to come up out of the ocean. You know, like, because all the people are freaking trashing the land that already exists. So, you know, usually, because that's like Creator does every 250 years. Creator says, you guys just keep freaking trashing I give you this erector, I give you this earthly plane, and just like give you every resource you need to just like make it cool for everybody. And then there's always a group of suck at the top, and then they take all the resources because of this power hungry frequency that exists, and then it's just like gluttony and us, and kill, might, death, blah blah, destruction, and while the rest of the world is just trying to freaking not freeze to death in the winter and freaking have enough to eat and not die of like heat stroke in the summer. Just like, we're just trying to survive on planet Earth. And then there's the groups that just make it hard because they pay themselves so much to regulate and mandate and policate and bullshit. There's a lot of shit, huh, Ma? Who's that over there? Is that Lunatical?
I think so.
That pretty girl? So,
Oh.
it's getting zany out there. That's for sure. It's getting zany. I think about all the years, but yeah, today, whenever I feel like I want to drink, I'm reminded, and I hear stories about these sweet little old ladies,
Yeah.
and then I remember all the years of like, all the people that they just couldn't help themselves. They couldn't help themselves but poison themselves every day. I couldn't help myself. I didn't want to help myself. I didn't care. I didn't have anything to live for. Holidays always sucked. And then I started to stop paying attention to holidays. And then it's just an inconvenience of what, it's just another day off that people that don't do much of anything are going to do less now. Just more inconvenience. If anybody has to be a part of the 3D world, it's just more days that you have less access to freaking inaccessible people. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But I got all kinds of ideas on how to, because New Mexico, $6 billion freaking budget. That's how much money they have, and then they don't know what to do with it. That's how much can't trickle down because they don't. It's ridiculous. It's just so absurd. But I got ideas. I just got to find the other people that I can work with to implement the ideas. That's all. No biggie.
Oh,
Any day now, really.
it's a challenge any day.
I was thinking about that at the park the other day. I was like, it's hard to get people together to have come up, because I even said that to those people. I said, I have big ideas, but I can't find people that are going to help me implement the ideas, because all they care about doing is going to the park and smoking weed all day and living that day over and over and over. They just can't ever break away to do anything that could better themselves or anybody else. And then I hear, I want to get have a RV place with a venue. And I'm like, I'm not trying to gather people to freaking no, I'm trying to gather people to fucking work. Not to do stuff and then relax and, if you want to go use whatever outdoorsy shit in Taos, have at it, Go partake in the community. I'm not trying to, it's more of the same. It's more false for profits. I'm waiting for that stuff to it's the wave of, everybody's finding Jesus, but it's like, how long has your testimony been? How long have you been living your testimony? 6 months? No! That's your birthday bouquet.
That is very good.
Here. Got it? Mm-hmm. Luna. Why are you trying? You don't get no fudge.
You sleeping? No.
Mom, you having a good life?
Yes.
74.
74?
You're 74.
Oh.
They said she wasn't gonna live the night she got her head slammed in a car door.
They said that?
Yeah.
Oh,
The doctor said, call whoever, they need to come say goodbye. She's probably not gonna live. And they're so nonchalant. And I'm just like, I'm a 15-year-old girl.
Oh, wow.
Thinking, I don't have anybody to call. I tried to call where my brother was, but the phone was off the hook. And I didn't want him to get yelled at me, and if I called any of his friends, I didn't want him to yell at me.
Yeah.
Even though they're like, if it's a murder, you know, like call it, it's that time, you know. Cause I get yelled at a lot.
Oh, really?
I'm a yeller. I yell back now, though. That's the only difference.
Oh, you're really drilling.
At least I found my voice.
Oh. Oh, that's a good idea. Benny, Marge. Margie? This is me, Benny. Oh, man.
Here. One thing about being a little old lady,
Oh, yeah.
you can eat whatever you want. You never ate a lot of sugar and stuff like that, you know? So, and you always had hypoglycemic, you always had low blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So, some sweet stuff every now and again on your birthday when you're 74, and if it does kill you, Mom, just know that I loved you a lot. I'll miss you every day for the rest of my life. Here.
Very good.
Anyway. So there's a lot of people that are in the grass tonight. They're going to be feeling the spirits. We've been trying to watch this movie on Apple TV. It's like, what's it called? It's that Ryan Reynolds guy and Will Ferrell, and I'm not a fan of either of them. Because they're playing like, they always play the same character, but I feel like the character is so close to their personality that they're not acting.
Letting it go by on the side.
Should be located for creek in the morning. You got that? What is the show called? Anyway, there's a little, it's taken me like 5 days to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I can only stand like 10, 15. I think the max I've been able to watch was like 20 minutes. Are you warm enough, Ma?
I have a sweater on. Luna. TV.
That's Apple TV.
TV.
Oh, it's called Spirited.
Oh,
And this guy is an unredeemable.
Oh, that
And
one.
then Will Ferrell plays the guy that's trying to redeem him, and then it's not working, so he takes him back. Will takes him back into his past, and then it's revealed that he is Ebenezer Scrooge, from the original Christmas Carol. And so, and then that's where like we left off, and then here when I'm done with in a minute we'll watch the rest of that, and then Mom had a nice piece of salmon for lunch. I gave her some shrimp. She didn't like the shrimp. I got this breaded like Red Lobster shrimp you get in the freezer department. I put it in the air fryer. She didn't like that. That was it was heavy. Did you say it was heavy?
It was good.
She said it was heavy. No, why that's funny is because everything is nice and light. If she likes something, everything she consumes is nice and light. So I think that's the third time, maybe second time that I've given her something. And she's like, "Oh no!" She's like, "That's heavy," and she just did it. And earlier I said, "Ma, should I go down?" And I said, "There's got to be some place that's open." You know, like because I remember always having like liquor on Thanksgiving and stuff, like, you know, you could get beer or something, but like I said, Mom, should I go down and get, because I'm a whiskey girl, I like whiskey, I like Oblivion, I like if it's to escape, if I'm gonna escape freaking planet Earth, you know, and I go on adventures and I can't go on adventures like that. It's just the places that it takes me, you know. It'll kill me if I drink. Or I'll kill somebody else. It's just worse to live with, because I know people that have done that. And they managed to just like not care. I'm not like that. It would eat me up every day until I was dead. Yes, no, I couldn't after that. So I just don't do the things that take me to the places that could cause harm to myself or anybody else, because I value life. And when I see other people do that, it's so prevalent to me how they just don't value life. They just don't care. They don't care at all about life. And I used to not care about life. And the past that got us to here has got us to the point that I definitely value life. And I guess those are the people that I'm looking for, is the ones that, you know, regardless of their background, they just have come to the point that they value life.
That's good.
That they, you know, I don't care what their sex and gender is. I don't care who they love, as long as it's not kids or animals, and you don't cause harm to nobody, stuff like that. You know, basic principles. And you just want to try and be a better version of yourself than you are, you know, this time last year. I'm a better version of myself than I was this time last year.
That's good.
Did Stanley go to bed? Did I see him crawl down there?
God, that is pretty plant.
Yep.
Very
He's
pretty.
been up, like, when he was up all day.
Yes,
It was weird. No, Stan Lee, like, he was, like, he's been sleeping on the pile of clothes. I hate folding laundry. So I do it fine, and I put it in the corner, and then I pull clothes out of it and put it in the dryer to get the wrinkles out. What? Because I don't know. One day I'll have a setup that'll make it easier. I want to have, like, the washer and dryer. We're in the same room with, like, all the dressers, and so it's just like all my clothes stuff is right there.
That's really
and
nice.
I just have too many clothes. I was reminded of that today, but talking to someone who too has too many clothes. You just have, like, because I just
Moving on.
and I haven't even bought clothes like in years. Like, I bought some socks couple weeks ago, but I haven't bought like new pants. I bought a pair of 501s last year, jeans. I haven't, besides that, like, all of my clothes are clothes that I've had for like
long time.
7 years, 8 years, long time.
But they still fit
They're starting to
well.
get worn. Some of them I'm gonna throw away and get out of the rotation. I'm gonna have to buy clothes, but there's, I mean, where I live, there's places everywhere, the clothes that I like, that I wear. I like those thin pants, but I can't stand the other people that like them. Like these guys, I'm like, cause I'll see these people and they're so pretentious because they have nothing but time and money to just travel around from one place to another and eat the local cuisine, and it's just an annoyance. But I'll be like, dang man, where'd they get those pants? And but if I get close enough and I can see a label, I can look it up. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, I don't even understand myself sometimes. I want to make a place for travelers to go, but it's only a certain kind of traveler. It's the kind of traveler that is priced out from the rest of society. That's the traveler that our travel center is going to accommodate anyway. That story is going to continue to unfold.
That's going to be a good one. Yeah.
So I'm glad you made it to 74 years, Ma.
Yeah. 74.
I've seen you go through horrible things. I've seen men treat you terribly. You know, and then you found your voice. And then you'd stand up for yourself, and I would just be like, just walk away. Just leave it alone, dude.
Move it on.
And then so that's how I know about the men that freaking hit women, is because Mom always found who they were, and then I saw them out in society, and my brother's one, like, all these people act like the world is a place where those men don't exist, and I don't know the world that exists where they don't.
That's true.
A lot of these guys, it's the guys, the good old boys, like, you know, they never. It's because it's like even the best of the best people. That's why I always show my shadow side on my talks here and stuff, because I don't want people to get because everybody is shadow and light, and people act like they're all light, but they got a shadow and they keep trying to hide it. Those are the ones, because I'm Scorpio moon. I'm always like, what's their angle? Like, what's their secret? Like, what's the worst thing they ever done? Like, I want to know what makes them the person that they are right in front of me.
Yeah.
And when people act like they're just la 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 great all the time, they're not in a reality that I'm familiar with, and we're probably not going to have a whole lot of congruences to build any sort of foundation on. So why bother? Anyway, we've been running on long enough. We're gonna watch some more of this movie as much as we can stand. Eat a little pineapple. I tried to melt some caramel, and then put that on the ice cream last night, but it didn't work how I wanted it to. It didn't make a sauce. And then once it got cold, then it got just hard. So I do have some other like chocolate, like white chocolate, that I can use to put, like white chocolate chips. I think I have white chocolate Ghirardelli chips I can melt and put on top of the pineapple ice cream for Mom.
That's a good idea.
Are you down with that, Ma?
Yeah.
Hey, Ma, you got any words of wisdom for anybody that cares to live to be 74?
This is 74.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on? That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you got to share with people?
That's right.
I think about you, Ma, like all the stages that I recall. Like I remember when I was 2, we had a Chevy Nova. I remember when the engine tanked in that thing. That was a sad day. Where we were, it was like Orland or something like that.
I lost it.
Yeah. We've lived a lot of life, Ma.
We have.
We've lived a lot of life.
More so than a lot of people.
I kept asking her today. I said, "Mom, does it make you sad that like people didn't get like have I couldn't like there's not a big old party?" But Mom, God always Creator did Mom a favor by putting her up for adoption, cause she didn't grow up around where she was born and raised like all the other people.
Yeah.
In Cuesta, like they're just a bunch of users. People are just a bunch of users. Like, dude comes in to meet her and me, basically to see like, do they have anything to offer? You know, like what can I get? And then saw that there's nothing that we do that interests him at all, and then never heard from him ever again. You know,
Oh, wow.
and it's just like. And he was like, he came in to tell us that like, oh, welcome to Taos. You have like 1,000 relatives here. And then Mom was, and it was like she was put up to adoption only to be ignored by the same group of people that disregarded her to begin with.
Oh,
It's just,
wow.
it's terribly,
You're right.
it's terribly,
You're right.
And so I'm glad that God Creator protected Mom from a family of people like that, you know?
Yes.
Like, she don't, you know? It's just, that's how we've always pretty much been divinely protected, is being unseen by those that freaking, like, will just cause harm. And then every now and again, like, so it's just, people are just gross on planet Earth when it could be so much better. And it will be, but we gotta go to the collective wave of bullshit where people max out on indulgence and going around and doing whatever they want, and then either that kills them or they come to the point where they can't live like this and they gotta do something else, and then the shift happens within them, but they gotta work for it. We're not there yet, but I'm always holding out hope for that to come. Anyway. That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.